Welcome back to the Wicked Kitchen today, you guys. Today, we're gonna be making chicken enchilada verde. We're gonna be using shredded king oyster mushrooms for the chicken, a fresh verde sauce, some corn salsa on the side, lime crema. Stick around, you don't wanna miss this. It is so delicious. Stay tuned. We're gonna start off by working with the pieces that take the longest. We're gonna roast up some mushrooms. This is the chicken, right? So the shredded chicken, we're gonna actually use these mushrooms. So king oysters, I'm shredding them up with a fork, and we're basically going to toss them with a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper. And what this is doing is getting a beautiful texture, because once these are roasted, you guys, with a little bit of oil, okay? A little bit of oil, a little bit of salt and pepper. You get all those little crispy bits, and then we're gonna rehydrate it with a nice creamy, cheesy sauce that's gonna go in the center of these enchiladas, okay? All right, let's toss those in a bowl. All right, so super simple. Toss some olive oil, some salt, okay, and some pepper. And that's all it is, all right? These are gonna go in the oven. I'm gonna make sure, just with roasting everything, they're in an even layer, okay? You don't want them to be just piled up, all right? It's just like when you're roasting broccoli or roasting sweet potatoes, you wanna make sure that it has that circulation, you know, it has that space, so it's not just sweating, right? And it's able to roast and get really surrounded by that dry heat with the roasting process, so. And there we have it. These are gonna go in the oven. I think 400 degrees for about 12 minutes is gonna be great. I'll check them about 10 minutes through. Okay, so the next thing, we are going to make the start of the verde sauce, okay? So we're gonna heat up a cast iron. I want it to get pretty hot. I have some tomatillos here. Tomatillos, you can use canned tomatillos, but fresh tomatillos, there's nothing really that compares to using fresh. So we're gonna use a bunch of these. All right, and these are just gonna go right in the pan. I'll add a little bit of oil to it. All right, I'm adding those tomatillos to the pan. All right, we have jalapeno. I want this spicy, okay? So I'm gonna use 2 jalapenos in there. And then I'm also going to use an onion. I'll use half an onion. All right. All right, use half an onion. So we're going to just make sure that we watch these and we turn them around a little bit. This should probably be about 10 minutes or so in the pan as you're constantly turning them. At that point, we're also gonna check the mushrooms to make sure that those are doing well. And then we'll certainly turn those as well. So you're getting some good color on those, all right? You can see that beautiful color coming out. And the aromatics of this, you guys, smell so good. I'm gonna add the garlic. I'm just gonna give that garlic a little bit of color, and then I'm gonna remove it so it doesn't keep cooking. I'm gonna put it in that bowl, and then we're going to prepare for blending. You know what? I'm also going to use some cumin. So it only needs, 30 seconds on there. I'm gonna add this to the bowl, just so it doesn't keep on cooking. And all that cumin seed, it's all gonna get blended up. The only items that we're gonna prep in here is the jalapeno, so I'll take those to the surface. So that small jalapeno, I'm gonna keep the seeds. So I want that spice, all right? This larger one, I'm not gonna keep all the seeds, but I'll certainly keep some of them. And I wanna make sure that I can control the spice as much as I can with this, but I won't use this whole jalapeno, just some of it. All right. So we're gonna chop up a couple ingredients, all right? So I have some green onion. I like to add some green onion. You could have roasted this as well, it doesn't matter. I like having that little bit of sharpness in there. We're gonna add it all in the bowl, let's do that. Okay, we're gonna add some cilantro. Now cilantro, I use the stems too. A lot of people cut up the stems because of the bitterness. I'll use some of them. Okay, so I won't completely destem the cilantro, okay? Because that little bit of bitterness you can work with. So it's another layer of flavor, which is nice. So this is the bulk of it, all right? This is the bulk of the ingredients. We're gonna add that to the blender. All right. Remember, we got those toasted cumin seeds in there as well. And even if those fully don't blend, it is okay, because that is flavor. I love just coarsely ground toasted cumin is so nice. All right, next we're gonna add some lime juice, all right? We're gonna add a touch of agave, not a lot, just a touch, okay? A little bit of salt in there, some black pepper, and I'm gonna add some of that. You can add vegetable stock or a veggie chicken stock, whichever one you wish. All right. Let's blend that baby up. All right. All right, that looks good. I want to keep a little bit of texture, okay? I'm gonna add this to a pan. I'm gonna reduce it just a little bit. You don't want to reduce it too much because I don't want that color to change too much, okay? But by reducing it, you're concentrating the flavors. So we're gonna reduce that on a low to medium heat for 10 to 12 minutes. All right, I'm gonna take those mushrooms out of the oven. Yes. Woo. All right, so you have those mushrooms. Look at how much they've reduced in size. So you can see, look at that. I've folded this around. Look at all those little crispy bits on the side. These are gonna be so good, you guys. So we're gonna add this to a bowl. All right, this is the chicken part of these chicken enchiladas. All right, you wanna make sure you get all those little bits and pieces around the edge, all those crispy little pieces. All right, those mushrooms are in the bowl. So I'm gonna add a little bit of green onion to this. All right, a little bit of green onion. I'm gonna add some jalapeno, some fresh jalapeno will give it some gorgeous fresh flavor. All right. I'm adding those to the bowl. All right, so I make this filling creamy, okay? I make this filling creamy. So we're gonna add a little bit of vegan cream cheese. I'm gonna add also a little bit of sour cream to the center as well. All right, and I have some white cheese, okay? Any kind of vegan shredded white. I like a fine shredded white. This is nice. Let's season that up a little bit more. So I'm just gonna mix that up. And this is gonna be just absolute delicious cheesiness. This filling is gonna be so perfect with that green sauce. You get the richness of this filling, super cheesy, creamy. And there you have it. All right, so this is our filling. You can add some cilantro if you want in there as well. I have a lot of cilantro in the sauce, so I'm not gonna add it to the filling. But this is just a very great sort of neutral, cheesy, amazing texture filling, okay? So we're gonna set that aside and we're gonna fill these enchiladas in just a minute here. Let's make a quick corn and jalapeno salsa. Okay, so I have some jalapenos here. This is gonna be a really nice fresh topper to this. All right, so we get some corn, flat out corn. You can char this as well. You can just roast the corn, which is great. All right, have some jalapenos. Let's do also some bell pepper, just for color. Just gonna get that in there, just for a little bit of color to really just make this pop. This will look so beautiful on a plate. I'll serve this up. You can even, after all the enchiladas are assembled and baked, you can top it off with this salsa and it's just really beautiful, makes all the colors pop. So let's add a bit of red onion to that as well. Get some red onion. So I have a little bit of red onion here. I'm also going to add some red onion to a line crema that we're making too. So we have some vegan sour cream. All right, gonna add some red onion in there. Add some red onion over here, all over the cutting board as well. All right, we have some lime cream. We have this salsa, just gonna be consistent with the flavors here. We have some lime juice, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt, and that's good. Then we have the lime cream. We're gonna do a little bit of lime zest. All right, add a little bit of oil. You can also add a little bit of water to thin that out. That's really it. This is gonna be a really nice drizzle on top of the enchiladas. And that lime crema is done. All right, so that is ready. The salsa is ready. This sauce is done also. So we're gonna set that aside. Let's fry up the tortillas. All right, so I do this because tortillas have a tendency of really falling apart when it comes to, making enchiladas. So what I like to do is I like to fry them, okay? So that it basically seals in the tortilla so that it's not gonna fall apart as soon as you start to bake it, okay? So I'm gonna bring that up to probably about 350. It's on a medium heat. All right, so this oil is up to heat. I'm going to fry these tortillas. I wanna fry them just a couple seconds on each side. And again, we're only frying them to seal them. I don't want them crunchy. All right, you want them still pliable. Gonna put them on a paper towel. We're just gonna go through this whole process and fry up about 9 of them. All right, that should be good. Let's pat those out. All right, these tortillas are ready. So we have that sauce. We're gonna ladle some of that beautiful sauce in the bottom of the pan. Create a nice little bed. All right, let's grab that creamy shredded mushroom filling. Oh, this looks so good. So good. All right. I'm going to just roll those up on the edges. So I'm just going to do one line of enchiladas here. I'm putting the seam down. All right. So we have those enchiladas. Let's top it off. Let's top it off with that sauce, that Verde sauce. We're going to just completely top it off. I'm not gonna let it swim, okay? But I'm gonna have enough in here so it doesn't burn on the bottom, okay? Before I serve it, I'll add the lime crema and also the corn salsa on top. These will be good to go. So 375, these are going in the oven. I'll keep this in the oven for anywhere from, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes, not too long. But you really want them to be hot enough so the cheese in there melts and it's super creamy and delicious, okay? All right, these look great. All right, look at that. You have the sauce reduction. It smells so good. You can see some of the cheese and that creaminess coming out of each of the enchiladas here. We still have a little bit of that hot sauce. Let's finish it up with a little bit of that warm enchilada sauce. We have that lime crema. It's just simple and delicious. This is a great way to really highlight these king oysters, right? All right, let's finish that up with some cilantro. We'll give a little side bowl of that corn salsa and we will be ready to go. All right, so this has been cooling off and I have been waiting to dig in, all right? So I'm gonna scoop out a couple of those enchiladas. Let's just do one right now. One of those. Oh, so nice. Use a little bit of that corn salsa on there as well. So let's check it out. You get that creaminess of the filling. Look at that shredded mushroom for the chicken. Let's see that spice level. That was good. The creaminess of the filling works so well, you guys, with that acidity, that sharpness, and that spiciness of the sauce. You don't want to miss this, you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll see you next time. I'm gonna dig in. See ya.